I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. I'm 2 minutes late. How's everybody doing? It's Marshall Lee of DonkeyJawProjects.com, Marsh Comics on Twitter, and that's it. that's 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 it. That's all it is. So tonight I just wanted to hang out, chat, whatever. I'm maybe going to get into some art here. I got some things I can show you guys that you might be interested in, that you might think is kind of cool. Hey, I don't have my little banner thing up. I thought I put that up. Let's see. How about this? Bam! Yeah, dog! How you guys doing tonight? Let's get this party started. Let us get these links in there. Y'all gotta go support, yo. You gotta support this stuff. You gotta support your fellow artists. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Stench? What's up, Anna? What's up, Johan? How you doing? Thanks for hanging out. We got all the players up in here. Stench and Anna, I actually sent you guys links. If you feel like coming in, feel free to. If not, that's fine too. What is up? Johan says, hello. Hello, mate. Joshua Fox. He's here. He's checking in. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for hanging out with us. Devontae Edwards. Hey, let's see. So yeah, I'm going to do some things. Oh, here we go. Boop. Who that, yo?
Check.
Check it out, yo.
Second one, second two. Here we go again, my dude.
Yeah. Stitch is in the house. Yeah, I love the sound effect. Let's see, what else do we got? Did I put, I was trying to put the link in the comments. I need to create mods, and I keep forgetting about that. Only Dev can save us.
That's right.
Y'all gotta get that. I put the link in the thingy. I don't have any links in the description, but I do have links in the comments. Joshua finished a comic? What? That's awesome.
What?
You gotta, that I want to see it. You gotta show it. Show it to us.
Is it a Metal Cat thing? Because we should.
Oh yeah, Metal Cat. Yeah. We know all about Metal Cat in this chat stream.
Metal Cat on them Skittles, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Isn't he like powered by Skittles?
Yeah, like Popeye style.
Awesome.
That's what I remember.
That is such a fun thing.
Speaking of, how's Odyssey coming along, or Calamity Jane, or what you're working on, actually?
Oh, I don't know. What I want to know, I'll let you know about that in a minute. But
right,
what I want to know is what superpowers you when you eat it, drink it, do it, whatever. Like, what's your spinach?
I guess my spinach would have been coffee beans, to be honest.
Do you chew them, or do you actually make coffee, or how's that?
No, you like putting up like loose tobacco. You ground them and like put up in loose tobacco on your lip, and then you suck on them for a long period of time. It's just slow digestion, you know, so you could have some temporary power. And in case you run out of steam, you just like pop a pouch up, and then you stuff some more in.
Nice. Well, hey, I have not tried that, but that sounds intriguing. I should try that because I need lots of energy because I don't have.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. All the ground will like get through your between the teeth, and it's kind of like a chore to dig all of that out. I've done it
Maybe I should
myself.
just. I don't recommend this to anybody, but maybe I should just like kind of stuff them up here or something. See if that
Snorting
works.
coffee lines. Oh my! Oh my!
What's that?
Snorting up coffee lines. Nice.
Um, so yeah, I mean, you could do that, right? But you shouldn't. You should never do that. Um, I got a peanut stuck up my nose when I was a kid,
Oh.
and I was scared. I thought I was gonna die. I think I was like on the couch screaming, and my mom's like holding me down and stuff, and like I gotta get the peanut. Don't sniff in. Stop sniffing in.
Like it
Um,
goes from like the outer nostril and into the inner nostril, in and out like that. Pick it up with thongs. Ah, I can already see it in front of me. I was dared once in like on a school ground because there's like this kind of candy which is named hockey powder, and what it is essentially is just grounded licorice but with salt, and everyone dared each other to like sniff, take a huff with the nose of that stuff, and it was so terrible. I should have never gone through it, and it was during winter time, so I was having a lot of snot. uh,
oh
so
boy!
it stuck into the nose for like days. It's
Wow!
terrible.
Wow! Well, now you know, I guess, right?
Not everything is supposed to go up the nose.
Yeah, yeah. Most things are, but not everything. Uh, so Joshua Fox said, no, it's not Metal Cat. All right, well, that's cool. He took a little deviation from Metal Cat. Probably Metal Cat's like the big project, and this other one is like, I gotta just jump in. CB Smallwood
What
said,
up?
I'm wanting to hop on, just waiting till my son goes to bed. Cool, we'll probably be hanging for a while, so feel free to jump on when it's time. Look at that logo; it looks so fresh.
Yeah.
Since 2000 and I can't tell because the thing 2000 and since 201, since the year 201,
Since the year 201 AD.
Empire, new empire.
Since the Roman Empire AD. Nice.
Yeah, hey, if you might as well, it's just a little hyperbole. It's no big deal. Let's see what else we got here. Johan's telling us something. I'm gonna be in VC in in the voice chat if anyone wants to talk about books and history. If anyone is a history fan person, hey, that's cool. That's cool. History's great. History is where we get our present and our future.
Okay, so Joshua is back with us. It's about Eyeless Jack. Anybody know the creepypasta story?
No, but hey, you told us a whole story in the last stream, and I'm very okay with you telling us all about creepypasta as well. Cheers, by the way.
Yeah, cheers.
So I wanted to show you guys some cool stuff. I got some mini comics in the mail. This is the benefit of being part of the AAA Discord.
Ooh.
Cool mini comics sent to you. I owe people mini comics. I gotta send some mini comics out to my friends. Oh wait, we got a lot from Dave Hingley. Actually, some of these are doubles. This one's a double. I already have this one, but that's all right. Now I have the one I can read, and then the other one I'll sell on eBay for like $100.
Yeah, when it blows up.
Yeah, the Dark Rider. I think this one's Peter Seckler, actually. And yeah, we did a little Western. We got all kinds of people, being awesome and making cool stuff. Let's see, what else do we got? We got my boy AaronGuzman.com.
Oh, yeah.
Here, let me take this out so we don't have you can tell us about the creepypasta story. Well, we got AaronGuzman.com. It's Aaron, also known as Monkey Wrench. She sent a few cool mini comics, and that is rad. What else do I have here? I got some cool stuff. Salazar Art Nation.
Oh
Frank
yeah, my boy
Salazar.
Frank, Plant Life. I like that story a lot.
Yeah, dog.
Definitely recommend it. If you're into like horror and plants, definitely check it out.
Nice. Another Peter Seckler. Phantasmo. Bad Signal. Really cool. Is this another one? It looks like it because he's got these covers on all of them. I'm assuming this is another Peter Seckler. Lies.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Mhm.
Question: did you get sent any ash cans in that mini comics exchange?
Um, I don't know if I have everything here. It's kind of like my room is a mess, and I was trying to clean it today, and I didn't get all the way through. And so this might not be the complete amount. Oh, wait, here we go.
Ah, yeah, Space Crash. Hey, Dave Hingley.
What's that?
That's Dave Hingley's one.
David Hingley. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's just like, he's killing it, man.
He's
He's,
an output, like raw machine when it comes to those mini comics. He was like pumping out so much material, but unfortunately now he stopped. So I don't
what do you
know.
mean?
Maybe he'll
No.
come back.
Well, you got to take a break sometimes.
Oh yeah, like
There
there
might
is
be more
creative
in the
fatigue.
comic. I'm sorry if I'm missing you guys, some people, because like I said, this place is a mess right now. Um, I got another package in the mail. A little lone wolf
Hey,
action. This is
that's some
like,
great times.
I know, right? I like that
Yeah.
body twist there.
Is that
So
a high grade paper?
this is
It looks
like a
glossy.
business card, glossy business card situation.
Hey,
Lone wolf.
whoa.
And then there's other stuff. There's more of them. There's so much swag in this package. It
Oh
was
my
like
god, look at that.
craziness. These are all different artists who were like in the thing. There's also these bigger prints. It's pretty cool. Like Doug Garrett. Guys got to check out Doug Garrett on Twitter. He's the one who put together. I got a little Lone Wolf bumper sticker or sticker, whatever you want to use it for. More prints. He did an anthology called, well, first he did the comic book Lone Wolf, and then he did an anthology, Lone Wolf Legends of the Lone Wolf. And yours truly was working on that for a long time. And here is Le Book. And it's pretty awesome. It's got this cool art on the back. And this is the alternate cover. And let's see if we can get to mine. Here we go. Lone Wolf, Sword of Samurai, written
Yeah.
by Doug Garrett, and art, colors, and letters by Marshall Lee. And let's see. We got the first couple pages. Looks pretty awesome. I think it came out pretty good.
Oh yeah, look with that paper and everything, quality's phenomenal.
Yeah, the quality's really good. This is the first time I ever like. I mean, this is like the most like, I don't know, full production comic story I've done so far that's been published, and with the colors and everything. I think it came out pretty good.
Yeah, it has a look of a like big two production. Not like terrible production, but it has certain authentic marks to it.
Yeah.
And look at that
So,
bear.
yeah, I don't know. I think I had a fun time doing it. Let's see if we get some other people's stories in here. This one I thought was kind of cool. It's creepy. Some creepy imagery. I probably should be
Ooh.
putting my screen on full, but
Yeah, show it in full. Show it in all its glory.
All its glory, all its
All its
gory
glory.
glory.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here, we'll go back to some. Well, these are cool. I like this one. It's like I don't know. I think it's like colored pencil or something. The colors are really cool. I don't know. It's really neat.
Yeah, they look penciled. Especially the green and reds in it.
Yeah. This is the original the cover for the actual version, but I got the alternate version.
Oh yeah, the rad cover.
Which I like both of them. Let's see, what else is there? Yeah, I
How
don't
much
know.
content?
Cool stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff. There's black and white. There's color.
How many pages is that?
I don't know. It's a decent size. It's like a graphic novel size or like a trade paperback size.
Yeah.
Um, Here's some more of mine. Uh, and yeah, it's probably like 100 and something pages, 120, I think, somewhere
Yeah,
around.
it looks somewhere in that ballpark.
So yeah. Oh, this is kind of cool. I got this in not too long ago.
Are you excited for the female figure one?
Drawing. Is he doing that now?
No, I haven't heard of it, but are you excited for it?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Especially female. That's the part I could draw men better than I could draw women. So.
I got the opposite problem.
Oh, really?
Maybe I should grab that book then.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to kind of trying it out, probably live here on the YouTubes. What else did I get recently? These are pretty cool. It's got stuff all over the place here. Frame perspective 1 and 2.
Yes.
To learn how to draw that perspective magic.
Have you gotten that frame ink book too?
I got that framed ink book too.
Then I would say you got the whole set then.
I actually got 2 copies of this one and 2 copies of framed ink or frame perspective 2. And I was thinking it was because I ordered it and then they they didn't get it to me till forever. So they said, do you want to have us resend it to you? And I was like, well, yeah. And then they sent it to me in like a couple days, and then like a week or 2 later, I got the original order too. So I'm like, okay, I guess I have more now. I'll probably you know what I should do? I'm like 40 something subscribers away from 10,000. Maybe I should give them away or something, or I don't know.
Yeah, it would be like a good welcoming pack. And I think that there are people that are hungry for the frame perspective 2, as it's supplementary to volume 1.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely recommend Frame Ink. Oh god, that book. It doesn't matter if you're like doing movies or comics, but that book for composition and for for visualizing scenes and everything, it's literally the best thing you could afford to buy. And then just like build on that knowledge from that book. It's just so good.
Yeah. Well, I haven't honestly dug into it just yet, but I mean, it's all about composition and stuff.
Yeah, and you could study animation, you can study real life movies, you can study almost anything like visual related. And then you apply all that to that book. It's sort of like that magic door you always wanted as a young student.
All right. Well, you're making me more and more excited to dig into it, so I'll have to do that.
Did you get the both of them 2 for 1, or did you have to pay like double up?
No, it wasn't like a 2 for 1 thing.
Aye, aye, aye.
I mean, the two that I mean, how I got the doubles. You mean like if that I didn't have to pay
Yeah,
for?
if
Yeah,
like the
they
extra
were just
copy
trying to
costs
fix
more.
their mistake, really.
Right.
So,
We
all
got a
right.
message here from Anna. She says, "Yeah, I also want to be hop on, but I have a stream plan with Ronnie and Frank in like 40 minutes. If I hop
Yeah,
on, I'll be only for a few."
yeah, that's okay. She sent me a message on Discord too, saying the same thing. So yeah, um, that's no problem at all. Everybody's got to check out that video too. I'm sure it's going to be fun. Um, let's see. Abe Sapiens in the house.
Yeah, boy.
Who else is here? Oh, here we gotta get an update on the story here. I didn't create him, and this was let's get the name again. Something pasta.
Eyeless Jack.
Creepy pasta. Eyeless Jack, and and it has to do with it's sorry. It he just asked, does anybody know the creepy pasta story? But it's about Eyeless Jack, so yeah. So I didn't create him. I just thought it would be cool to make a comic about it. Well, that's awesome. That's a great thing to do, to learn how to do comics, and and especially if it's like in the public domain, then hey, go for it. I don't know if
Heck
it is
yeah.
or not, but might make a superhero comic, Superbot. Hey, that would be cool, Johan. 12-page comic, sweet. Let's see. Play the guitar. These people. Oh, here we go. Mindfully Stoic. Hey, Marsh, quick question. How do you feel about indie comics going subscription-based model? Well, I think one thing that's I know that I think Ethan Van Sciver has been talking about subscription-based stuff. Um, I think that he could probably pull it off because he's got the audience. Um, but I think that it might be a little tough. But I haven't really put a lot of thought to it, to be honest. You kind of have that with Patreon. Patreon is kind of like a subscription-based model.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then there's the free version with like Webtoons and all the other web uh, comic type of platforms. So I mean, I think it could work. You have to have a demand, whatever. It kind of doesn't matter the model, in my opinion. Like, I mean, I think it's an interesting thing to explore if that's one that makes sense for you as an indie creator. But to me, um, if you don't have a demand for the comic, it doesn't matter what model you use. It's not None of the models are going to magically make you be able to sell your comic. And so really, I would say indie creators need to really focus on just doing whatever they can to get awareness about their comic, anything and everything they can do. And then you can actually ask your customers or your fans or your whatever you want to call them, and you can say, how would you prefer that I kind of uh, share this stuff to you? And I'll be honest, there's a lot of people who don't like subscription stuff. So it might be a tough sell. It might be a tough sell. But that being said, now as for me as a consumer, I really love Shonen Jump subscription based model. And if you're into the stuff that you might find in the mainstream, or I don't know, there might be, Comixology. I don't know what they have exactly. I forget, but I think you have to sign up for Marvel specifically and DC specifically. And it gets expensive when you have all these subscriptions and stuff. So I think it's an interesting thing because you get that reoccurring payment, if you're a creator. But at the same time, it's like a lot of people resist that. So I wouldn't say don't do it, if that makes a lot of sense for what you are doing, and if it just seems like something you want to explore, I say try it. I think that no matter what, the point is you need a plan, and then you need to work that plan. And if you don't work whatever plan you have, it's not going to work. If you do work it, it might work. So give it a shot. I don't think I can't. The only way that makes sense for me to do like subscription is like kind of Patreon. Except, well, there's a few different ways things to do. Like I have a friend who's doing something similar to what I started on Patreon, and it was starting to kind of work. Where I was going to do a little like mini comic every month that I send out to people, like physical, like in the mail. And I think that's a really cool idea, and I bet a lot of people would be into that, especially if they want to support and they really like your art or stories. And if it's something that you can um, accomplish by, putting stuff out like that. So I think Patreon might be the best route for people who are still really just trying to get their following going. But if you're somebody like Ethan Van Sciver, or somebody who has like a huge following, then that level, Um, I don't really know that I have a lot of wisdom for that because I am not in that position. I'm not anywhere near that position, in my opinion. I mean, I haven't tested it out with like a crowdfunder, but you know, I'm still on a different step right now. So personally, it's not something I would try just yet. But yeah, I don't know. That's my thoughts right now. I'll think more about it and see. But I don't say it's bad. I don't say it's good. It really depends. And you got to work on what you think resonates with you as a creator and as a publisher. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful. What do you think, Snitch?
For the subscription
Yeah,
thing.
subscription model for selling your comics as an indie creator.
So there's a lot of tools that you can apply and choose to design around when it comes to the subscription-based models. But I think it's a big difference when it comes to a company or distributor form of subscription versus the DIY approach. Um, being a creator and using Patreon or Ko-fi or the likes to self-distribute as a subscription, or rather called as goals in those circles. Um, it seems like you have to be constantly be productive and on the edge to both like release content and at the same time uh, keep open avenues in case there are other ways of distributing your comics. But what you said about the Shonen Jump app and Comixology, I think those are a little bit more up in a higher demand because it will be too much on the shoulder burden for one person to go through those circles or to those channels, so to speak. Um, but it's fully possible. It just takes a lot of time. I've been thinking about this when I want to like move on to do my anthology series. Do I want it as subscription based or do I want it not to be subscription based and just a one-time purchase? I'm not sure because I'm still not there, and but at the same time, it's quite important to strategize what your 5-year plan or 10-year plan might be.
Yeah.
And you still want to keep options open in case you have a publisher or someone like Fantagraphics or Dawn and Quarterly or whatever knocking on your door, telling you like they want to release a book or something. And then there is the further problematization. when it comes to rights and licenses, because you cannot use the material, possibly if you're doing self-published work, uh, on these deals. It's a complicated mess, but there's a lot of hypotheticals that you can run, but it's all up to you and what you're comfortable with, and what type of series that you want to create, or what kind of formats you want to aim for. For strip comics, for example, I think that's a great. There's a great source of DIY subscription models. By just using Patreon, you could create exclusive strips, while at the same time producing commercial strips for webtoons or tapas or whatever you feel comfortable with, because that creates a demand, and then you have certain like exclusive supplies to meet that demand if there are people that are interested.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, there's something to that, like what you're saying too. Like if you gotta you gotta be able to keep up with the pace of it. And as a single creator, or even if you have a team, it's hard to keep up any kind of pace making comics. It's just not. It's not conducive to quick turnaround necessarily, especially as an indie creator. If this is what you do as a career, maybe, but I don't know. I wouldn't try it right now, but maybe if there's a collective, of people who's like, and I would say a large collective, of people who regularly already are very prolific, then you could kind of rely on that, and maybe organize that so that there is that steady flow of comics. And in that way, like, say, I don't know. I know Ethan Van Sciver's been talking about it, but like, I don't really watch his videos that often. But I heard, through the grapevine, and if his model is like, okay, we're gonna do like a Comicsgate like subscription model, and there's a lot of people making comics kind of under that label, that might make sense, if there's enough people who are producing. But even in that, section where you think there's a lot of activity, how many of those people actually get their books out? I don't know. How prolific even could that be? I don't really know. I don't really pay enough attention, to know. But it's something worth thinking about. So
Yeah.
um,
Building on that idea, briefly,
mhm.
if you take it from the anthology perspective of it, by having like a collaboration of different artists to work on a collection of stories, per
Mhm.
se, that you could use for a subscription model, be it bi-monthly or biannually, however you want to approach it. It needs to also hire or develop sort of a publisher team within that can keep on track and take the responsibility to push the book out in the collected form as it is. And uh, that is not how artists really want to end up in. And that's a situation of picking the short straw and become responsible to do that. And that's sort of like the fears that I think of if I were like to suggest that the AAA community were to like go for a subscription model, and then there would be someone who's going to be held accountable for the magazine publishing.
Yeah, that would be a job that, somebody may want to volunteer for, but I don't know how much they'd stick around because that's a lot of work to make sure people get their stuff out, and it's probably not a fun job. You kind of have to be the bad guy,
Yeah,
automatically.
and question being like, can they produce quality work that are fit to or worth the exclusivity? Because that I suspect that will be a little bit hard pressed if they were to do that on a weekly basis.
Well, I think if it was a AAA Discord type of situation, like I don't know that quality is even on our radar when it comes, not because people don't do quality work, but because it's meant to be an inclusive group, and if it's meant to encourage people no matter what ability they have or ability to even make quality. They should still be able to participate, and so that's kind of what that group is, and people would know that, so in that scenario, I don't know how much quality matters outside of, like, you don't want to get like, well, I think subscription usually means digital. So, but if it was like physical subscription, you don't want like some of the mini comics to like smell like cigarettes or something, or like that kind of quality issue.
oh yeah,
You don't want there to be cat hairs and stuff like, but as far as like, actual quality of skills and stuff, like, yeah, I don't, for AAA it wouldn't matter, but for something like, maybe Comicsgate, or I don't know, any other publishing company, say Alterna wanted to do that kind of model, like, you know, it does take quality control. Obviously, Peter's going to do a good job with quality control. He's pretty darn awesome with keeping a lot of things under control as it is.
mm-hmm.
But he's like one of the few people who'd be up to the task, though.
Yeah.
So
It is sort of like hard to think about it on a hypothetical, but the approach should be that you should be open always for different kinds of subscription based models if there's still like uh, a place for you, and that it fits your creative output, and at the same time you can always be dependable on delivering a quality work. But just to be like just hammered and nail in again, doing it all by yourself, it's gonna take a lot of manpower and a lot of man hours
yeah.
to get that out. Like people that have done the print work, like back in like 70s, 80s, 90s, all of these people had slow production times, often up to 5 to 6 months, maybe even more. And it cannot be understated that you need to organize yourself when you get around with other people, if you were to involve others, and you need to constantly be on the clock, sort of say, and that's hard if you're a part-time worker. If you're doing physical heavy duty labor and then you come home and then start making comics, maybe the incentive for you is not there because you don't see the long-term goals. You want to see instant gratification. So there's a lot of psychology in play to it, and that is, there's a lot of angles to tackle this subscription thing from how much you could do as a creative person, but also how it will affect you. And it doesn't matter if you're developing in a technical area, you still need to self-care. You still need to take care of social relations, and try to get out of the bubble every now and then. That is what the backdrop is all about. Like the backside of the medal is all about when it comes to the indie subscription. If you were to do it all yourself,
Yeah. Totally agree, man. Let's see. We got Joshua Fox. How did you make that comic? I'm assuming he's talking about the Lone Wolf.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I spent about 6 months working on it. I used a tablet. It was digital, not my iPad. This was before the iPad. I had the iPad. So I have another tablet. Um, that's another thing I was thinking about giving away. But maybe it's good to have it as a backup. I don't know, but it's not like the most amazing tablet. It's a Huion or whatever. It's fine. It does the trick. I made. You can see I made a comic with it. um, and it took a long time. I did Doug Garrett wrote it, and then I kind of changed a couple little things here and there. Just I had a few ideas, but mostly it's Doug Garrett's story. And then I penciled it, I inked it digitally, I colored it digitally, I did everything digital. It was my first time. Well, it technically no, it wasn't my first time doing a whole comic digitally. No, it definitely wasn't. But it was my first time doing it with color digitally. It was my first time really doing a color comic, actually. So, it was fun. It was interesting. There was a lot of research that went into it because he wanted to bring in all these kind of ancient Japanese kind of folklore and like ghosts and monster type lore, mythological stuff. And so I got a chance to like research some cool stuff that I wouldn't normally necessarily have looked into. So, I did all that and then sent him the files, and, he put the book together with all the other anthology stories. So it's pretty cool. Lame Vision Official. Hello, universe. Gotta go now. See ya, universe. That's very fatalistic of you. Good to see you dropping in. Thanks for hanging out for like a sec. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, he clarified, which I think we answered, or I answered. Have you watched Ben 10? It would be awesome if anyone makes a comic on that. Well,
Well,
speaking of that,
Where's Leech?
well, maybe we should do a little, take a little break here for a second and check something out. We got this right here, and let's see, is it showing? Yeah, it's showing on there. So, where's that tab? Oh, here we go. So Mr. Russell Leach, also known as Comic Book Black Belt, he has done this Indiegogo, which I would hope you guys would go and support if you haven't yet. And he has worked on works such as Doctor Who. He's worked on things such as How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way, and he's worked on a comic such as Ben 10. It wouldn't look like it just by looking at his art because it's a different style, but he works in the Ben 10 style, art style when he worked on that. So he actually did some comic book stories that were Ben 10. Now, I don't know anything about Ben 10 except for what I've heard from Mr. Russ, but, you know, he's very talented and he does a lot of videos on his comic book black belt channel. And I know that he's gone into pretty good detail talking about uh, his work on Ben 10. So definitely something worth checking out. But before you check that out, come over to Only Death Can Save Us and help support, because we need to get this thing made, We're at close to 50%, 44%, 53 backers, 2,906 US dollars. And you can get your copy by going to this link right here that I'm posting right meow
There's
in
only
the
15 days left, people.
in
Come
the
on.
comment. Yes, yes. So yeah, that's all I know about Ben 10. um, let's see. And then he's saying, "Watch Ben 10," and Joshua's like, "Why do you want me to watch it so bad?" I like that. And I also like this. I love it when I see comic creators or comic artists uh, who are confident. And so you rock, dude. I'm glad you think you're pretty good at comic art. I'm sure you are. Let's see. Where else are we? Okay, this is an actual question, Johan says. Do you know how to publish a book or comic? If you do, give me some tips since I might want to publish some comics and books. Um, what do you think, Stitch? I got some thoughts, but I'll let you go first on this one.
It kind of. I hear Lulu and the kind of like publishing books, digital at least. But if you want to publish your own stuff and print, it's very simple. I just did it recently with my little art book. And
Mhm.
I had bought a Bow Stitch Industry stapler, and I printed out the pages after formatting it for print, and just started making copies by simply using A4 paper and fold it into an ash can size and staple it together. It's not very difficult as long as you have the bare minimum of tools. Um, that's how at least I wanted to approach it. And yeah, if you really want to do publishing, Gumroad and the like works, or you could just find a distribution or a platform that could host it digitally, the scans at least. Um, Again, referring to back to the webtoons and tapas and the and that kind of hub, comicsology. But yeah, I'm kind of poor when it comes to that end. I'm a creative juggernaut, but I'm not a publisher uh, publisher kind. I'm quite novel at that, novice.
Yeah.
So I'm passing the mic to you, my man.
Yeah, sure. So, you know, people, I feel like people have a lot of almost like misconceptions, or not misconceptions, they have preconceived notions of what it means to publish. And so when somebody asks that question, it's like, well, what do you think of when you think of publishing? Do you think of Marvel and DC? Do you think of manga? Do you think of Image? Do you think of self-publishing? There's a lot of. Do you think of like web comics, or stuff online? There's tons of different ways to do it. Comixology, Amazon. Uh, these are all different avenues. You can combine some of them, or some of them are unreachable, or hard to reach, I should say. You could go through Diamond and get them into comic shops. Like, there's so many different ways to kind of publish. If you create a comic and you go into the AAA Discord and you post it there somewhere, or you go to Instagram and you post it there somewhere, that is publishing. You
Yeah,
have just published your comic.
that's right.
Um, you know, you can make a mini comic and send it out to friends. People have done that. All these different things are different forms of publishing. So it really depends on what your goals are. You know, if you self-publish, there's a million and one ways to do it. If you want to go through a company, well, then you have to be able to match the ability that you see at that company. You're going to have to find the right contacts of the people who make those kind of decisions in that company. And then you have to just, or you also, there's a lot of times there's submission forms. You can actually go through their process of submission. You can go to a comic convention whenever they have them again someday, hopefully in the future. You can go to a comic convention and share your work with a publisher. But one thing I would say with that is don't try to, bring a project to a publisher like, don't bring your like autobio comic to, Marvel Studios or something. They're probably not interested. Don't bring your
Yeah,
superhero comic to, IDW necessarily. I mean, that might be a good place. They sometimes do superhero stuff too, but like, don't bring, try to bring something that you think that publisher would actually publish to them, and make sure it's matching their skill level and the type of stuff they put out. You know, there's a
yeah.
lot
No,
of
know the house and its and the furnishment,
totally.
because then you can bring your own furnishment and try to sell it through them.
Yep.
There is like there are different publishers that aim for a specific niche and specific genres, and I'm looking at the alternate comic submission guidelines now, and what they preface is that you need at least a business plan, and they don't accept story ideas or pitches. They look for more like completed books, and you need to be familiar with the comic book making. You need to familiarize with the publishing. They've already done the books that they want. This is going back to the whole know the house and its furniture. Uh, and they don't pay page rates for the work, and you got to be patient. That's at least some of the things. And they got a list what they're looking for: complete miniseries, ongoing series, one shots, and page counts and genres. Uh, Scratch that last one. It's between like 20 to 26 pages.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and that's another thing. If you want to publish with a certain publisher and they do have, some kind of guidelines or submission guidelines, make sure you do exactly what those submission guidelines say, because if you do something different, they will just throw it away. I mean, it might be unlikely that they'll even look at it as it is, but if you're not, doing what they actually ask of you, then a lot of times they'll just throw those in the garbage. So you don't want to work really hard to have your stuff thrown in the garbage necessarily. But be prepared if you're going to publishers, even if your stuff is really good, to get rejected. I know of people who are really amazing and have amazing projects who have gotten rejected because it just wasn't the right fit, and the publisher knows whether it's a right fit or not for them. Um, but I would also say, Johan, because I mean, most likely you are in the similar boat as a lot of like myself and other people when it comes to we're just kind of starting out. Um, we're small beans, and and so we need to just take smaller steps. And I would say self-publishing is kind of the way to go. And there's so many fun ways to do it. Crowdfunding is, if you get anything substantial ready and you're ready to go that route. Crowdfunding is interesting route. I think you need to find, be able to build a following before you get to that point. But if you have some kind of following, you can start, and you can build from that. So yeah, that's a lot of the different things. Kelly says she I'm assuming is doing her homework. I don't think it's a she. Sorry if I'm wrong. Um, Lakshya says, "What is indie?" It means independent creators, like somebody who isn't involved in like a big company like Marvel or DC or you know, so like Viz Comics for manga or whatever these big comic publishers are. Indie is independent of that. It's usually a one person or a few people operation who put out like one or a few comics. So yeah. Um, let's see what else we got. Oh, that's interesting. A lot of you didn't know what indie means. That's fine. You don't have to. I'm glad I can help you see it. Let's see. Cool. So, let's see what else we got. I got a fly in here. I was whoops. There was a fly earlier and I killed it, but there's another fly. Like, what the heck?
It's like the Breaking Bad episode, except for a lab, it's a comic studios room.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Uh, let's see. So, oh, I can take this comment down. Let's see. Alrighty. That's actually interesting conversation about publishing and about doing the subscription-based model and things like that. It's pretty cool. Like, I
Mhm.
didn't expect to talk about that so much. I was gonna talk a little bit about like organization and stuff. I've been uh, trying to. Well, I started cleaning my room today, which is a big deal. And then uh, I started. I have this new system. Like I've been doing a half an hour a day of making comics every day, at least, and I started this whole other thing that's kind of going along with it. I'm still kind of ramping it up, but basically this concept of 3 hours a day, which is part of that is the half an hour of making comics. That's non-negotiable. I have to do that every single day. I can miss one day a week if I want, and same goes with all this other stuff. But then I put in place another thing where I work on a YouTube video for about at least an hour a day. Like today, I'm at 57 minutes and 45 seconds.
Oh yeah, we're clocking
You
them
know,
in.
live stream kind of counts, but it also I plan on I'm gonna start actually making and editing videos again like I used to. So there's gonna be some working artist vlogs coming back. There's gonna be some art videos and some maybe some tutorials and stuff. Let me know what you guys want me to do. There's been different requests for things, so I want to spend some time every day trying to work on these videos so that I can get some of those kind of things out for you as well. So I got that. So that's an hour and a half, and then there's like kind of admin stuff, like just kind of organizing and admin and business stuff. That's another 30 minutes every day. And then there's another 30 minutes where I do like website stuff and social media stuff and like creating assets and stuff for like different things, videos or whatever. So that's another 30 minutes. I'm trying to remember there was one more 30-minute. Let me look at it real quick. Let's see. Oh, and then the other 30 minutes is like YouTube setup and editing because it takes some time to like do the SEO, the search engine optimization, for YouTube videos. Like this one, I didn't do anything like that for, but some videos have like topics or there's certain things where it's like I want to make sure YouTube finds these videos and puts them in the right place. So I have to do some SEO, and then also just setting up the live stream, making sure I have the right banners and whatever things I need to put up, or setting up whatever video or editing. Editing takes a long time, so that all of that means about 3 hours every night or week on weekends. and all that can fluctuate, but that's kind of my goal every night, is to do some of that. And I might even change what those different sections are. But for now, that's kind of my goal. And I think I have a lot of really cool stuff that I'm going to be bringing to you guys. I have a lot of cool ideas, and if I just come home and all I do is try to work on my comic and then have like these kind of general ambiguous goals of getting my website prepared or doing this video or that video, if I have all these like very general goals, I don't think I'll ever get there. I'll do a lot of procrastination. And yeah, I'll work on my comic, but I feel like if I don't have a plan, I'm just gonna not use my time wisely. So I'm getting organized when it comes to the creative projects and putting together a career, because I'm not going to be able to put a career with a lot of procrastination and working on my comic for only half an hour a night. That's not going to do the trick. So
Mhm. Have you ever thought of like making blocks on your daily schedule so you could have specific times during the day that you're dedicating yourself into the work, or do you do that just by routinely practicing it and then sort of like go by the feel of it? How do you like manage that?
um, yeah, I mean, no, I've never quite done blocks. My nights seem to be different every night for some reason or another. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a gym membership. And because I already run a lot of days, and I feel like if I do it in the morning, I can get it out of the way, and then when I come home, I'll have more time to work on the stuff that I need to work on. Um, and I don't know. I think it would be better if I tried doing it in the morning, and so having a cheap gym membership, will help me to do my running, get it done, because now it's starting to get colder and stuff in New England, and um, you know, the weather's just going to be more and more problematic as we go on here. So I can't just run outside like I was before. So I'm not really looking forward to running around with a mask and stuff and doing, maybe weightlifting or whatever. But that's what I got to do, I guess, because I don't want my body to deteriorate while I'm trying to make comics.
Oh, you got to take care of yourself as well. I hear like the worst thing that you can do as a comics creator is to only sit on your butt, like a lot of the time, because the older you get, the more damage in your back you'll get. And there are a couple of stories out there that is going around, like you're getting an artist alley on your between like your shoulder blades, your gut can like form itself to the way that your posture is when you're hunched over the drawing board or the cintiq or whatever. And
Mm,
so it's very important to exercise as older you get, from like your mid 30s at least, because it's not healthy for you, and you gotta also eat green, and you drink a lot of water on top of that. So that kind of like self care is well, it's self care. If you don't do it, don't do it. But it's incredibly important. I'm in like my mid 20s, and I'm starting to grow concerned over my body because I know that I will be spending a lot of time drawing in the near future. But I don't want to sprain myself on my hand, and I don't want to make that like make my digestive system change in the way that it becomes sort of like formed after the my skeletal structure. I know it's a little bit creepy to talk about, but these things are health hazards that will follow you if you don't keep your body in shape, if you don't walk at least 30 minutes a day, if you don't move around. Stillness is the worst thing that you could do to your body.
yeah,
And
yeah, absolutely.
it will be very important when you get into your 30s and especially in the 40s, because your body will go through, uh, will peak at your 20s, and then it's all downhill from there. I can already see my bold my bold patches coming. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's, I've got the signs as well. That's why I wear a hat. It makes me look younger. um, but, it is what it is. But yeah, like you said, just, to me, I want to eat healthy and do the fitness and stuff, just like you said, to make sure you're taking care of things. And I have a physical job anyways. Like, it's funny, one of the sales guys at work, he keeps, because I have, like, right here, I've got one of these, like, watches that tells how many, like, steps and stuff you've done, and it tells your, like, heart rate and all that fun stuff. And it actually, my favorite part is it tells you, like, how much you've slept for the night if you keep it on while you're sleeping. And it tells you, like, how much time you spent in deep sleep, how much you spent in light sleep, and how much you spent in REM, which is really cool. Uh, and then also, obviously, for the steps, like today, I did 9,769 steps. That's because I have, and I didn't even have, like, a full day in the warehouse, but that's how, I get somewhere around that in 12,000 steps every day just by working in a warehouse.
Yeah.
But then I also go and run, so that jumps up to like 15 or something, 15,000 or so. So you do have to keep moving, and I do get plenty of movement, but I also want to get that cardio in and stuff to, get that heart rate up, and they say that's healthy. I don't go crazy. I'm not, running a million miles. I lucky if I get, 2 miles in these days, but I'm working on it, trying to get there. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's important because I have a lot of stories I want to tell. I have a lot of comics I want to make. I have a lot of life I want to live. And I'm 41 and I want to, you know, get, I want to make the most out of the time I have. So if I don't eat well and I don't, exercise, then I'm not gonna, I have less of a chance, to get to those goals. There's no guarantee I'll live past tomorrow. But
Yeah.
if I can swat this fly, I might live another day. Um,
Also, one of the most important things is a good sleep hygiene, and I'm kind of a hypocrite right now when I'm saying this because it's what 5 a.m. for me. Yeah, uh, but I've slept my hours already, so this is just morning for me. But sleep hygiene is incredibly important, and that's what a lot of these mangakas don't get enough. Looking at some of those guys' schedules, they're working themselves to the grave, a lot of them,
yeah,
sadly.
I haven't. It's hard to dive deep into mangaka stuff. I want to learn more. I found a couple documentaries and stuff here and there, but I want to learn more because these guys, their output is ridiculous. I mean, they get weekly comics out sometimes. I mean, they do have teams too, uh, sometimes, not always, but I don't know, like, how the heck do they do it? But like you said, yeah, maybe they're compromising their health because of it.
Yeah, they compromise most of the day from doing any other activity because they
Hmm.
have to be on the job. It's sort of like a intensive care unit. They are overworked and they get little to no rest.
Mm.
Um, but like in the upstart of things, it becomes a very hard trial and error period since they are not assigned. Most of these like popular artists that do Shonen Jump at the start with teams. They can work themselves up with teams after have done a couple of one shots. But if they're going for long running series, they definitely need um, they definitely need assistance so that they could be taken care of by doing other things. Like the team can can apply the backgrounds and textures and all of these things. But
Right.
ultimately, the mangaka themselves need to put them in the work, doing the drawings of the characters and writing the story as it goes. And there are ways to earn the right to rest, but
Oh, really?
you gotta be a special case in that if that's the case. I think the guy that does One Piece, he could have done that whole resting thing if he wanted to, but that man is on a mission. Aichiro Oda, you're the MVP of Shonen Jump.
Man, he's been doing it for a long time too.
20, 22, 25 years, still going strong.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, wow. And it's like still like the number one comic, like like
Yeah.
in the world, like literally in the world. Because anything
And
Japan does is bigger than we do when it comes to comics. So
yeah, he's seen three generations of great shonen powerhouses just pass the torch, literally. He was there when DB was going out, and he was there when the big three happened: Naruto and Bleach and One Piece.
mhm.
And when they exited, and all these new things like Doctor Stone and My Hero Academia blew up, he's still there and he's going at it.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, that's Tenshi for you, God status.
Wow. I really, it's funny. That's one I haven't read a lot of. I've only read like one or two issues or chapters, so I got to get into it. I like it. I like the concept. I'm just not a huge fan of pirates. But as I look at the comic whenever I see it, I'm like, it's really about a kid who's got like elasticity power,
Yeah.
more than I mean, the pirate thing is obviously what it is, but I don't know. But I
Oh, it
should get over
takes.
myself, because I'm sure it's pretty fun.
Oh, it's a romp.
Yeah.
All of the adventures that are in there is just. It takes the pirate thing and just takes it to a whole new level of different avenues. I love that series because it always demonstrates the crazy world building that goes on in the background. Uh, and yeah, right now they're at the what they would call the Cake Island. It's just an island full of candy with this pirate chieftain who's a big lady, and she's got several children that are named after like candies and all of that. It's wonderful, but my favorite is still the is still when they visited the locomotive pirate island,
Hmm.
Ein's Lobby as it's called, and it's got like this train that runs its track on the water, so it's sort of like an aqua train.
Wow,
Yeah.
interesting.
Um,
Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out. I like My Hero Academia. Assassination Classroom's good. Uh, I feel like there's other ones and I can't think of them. It's been a while. I actually haven't been reading them as much lately, but I want to get back into them because they're just manga is so fun. Like I I read more of that when I am reading it. I just devour it.
yeah. Uh, that is why I buy physical manga rather than to go on online and read it, because I know that I will sit for days and days and days. And with that Shonen Jump subscription, oof, that's a tempest.
Yeah.
Oof,
Well,
tempest. Sorry.
I don't know. That's a lot of comics to buy. If I were to try to, read all of, One Piece or, Hear My Hero Academia, like that's gonna put me down a few notches.
Yeah, I mean,
Wise.
I look at my manga shelves right now, and yeah, I can definitely attest to it. That if you plan on dedicating yourself to this long running series, at least for like 20 volumes, you better be strapped.
Yeah. Oh goodness. Well then, you know what? I think we talked about some cool things, and I'm getting tired. I got to get to bed and go to work in the
Yeah, man.
morning. So that being said, you guys rock. Thank you for hanging out in the chat. I saw Adam Laura's in there as well. Kelly's in there. You know, thanks for hanging out. And Stench, thank you. Thanks for hanging with me.
No, thank you for sharing the platform, man. It's
Yeah,
fun.
man. Anytime. You got a lot of interesting thoughts, and what when it comes to comics and stuff. So I definitely appreciate it. And where I forget. I don't think. Yeah, you have a couple things you like to shout out, right? Or one or two things.
I can only
No.
shout out Russ's campaign and Gibran's Doomed Barbarian campaign
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the
for
moment.
sure.
When it comes to my front, I plan on doing a comic for digital release. That will be for free, but you won't see anything of that until like December or January. But I will do the holiday. I'll try to make the holiday anthology for the AAA community. So you might catch me there. There are things in the pipeline, but they need to get out.
Yeah,
It's just clogged at the moment.
you need to get some Mario Brothers to come help you clean those pipes out.
Heck yeah.
All right, you guys know where to find me, Marshall Lee at donkeyjawprojects.com and Marsh Comics on Twitter. And who knows, maybe I'll be back on other social media again. I have some thoughts and plans and ways to get around the system of Facebook and Instagram. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. So keep your heads up for that. And other than that, actually tomorrow I'm going to be on a channel. Let's see. What is this channel's name? Matthew D. Rise. I forget. Yeah, if you go to Matthew with one T, D R Y, or I'm sorry, RHYS. Here, I'll get. Let me get this link and I'll throw it in the thing. I know everybody's already left by now, probably, but here is the link. Check out his channel, subscribe, and I'll be on tomorrow night, sort of around this time, probably a little earlier to start, but yeah, we'll be on there, and I'll have another sleepless night. Hopefully, I'll get through this week without crashing my car somewhere. Besides that, thanks for hanging out, and I'll talk to you next time.
Take care.